Welcome to a training presentation, Cybersecurity for Beginners. One. Introduction to Cybersecurity. Welcome to the first module of our course, Cybersecurity for Beginners. In this module, we will delve into the basics of cybersecurity, understand why it's essential, and introduce some of the most common cyber threats and attacks, alongside the fundamental security concepts of confidentiality, integrity, and availability. What is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity refers to the practice of protecting systems, networks, and programs from digital attacks. These cyber attacks usually aim to access, change, or destroy sensitive information, extort money from users, or interrupt normal business processes. With an increasing amount of data being processed and stored online, the importance of cybersecurity is more significant than ever before. Why is cybersecurity important? In today's digital age, our society is more technologically reliant than ever, and there is no sign that this trend will slow. Personal data that could result in identity theft is now posted to the public on our social media accounts. Sensitive information like social security numbers, credit card information, and bank account details are now stored in cloud storage services like Dropbox or Google Drive. The reality is, whether you're an individual, small business, or large multinational, you rely on computer systems every day. Along with this reliance comes vulnerabilities. This is why it's crucial to protect yourself and your data. Common cyber threats and attacks. 1. Viruses and malware. These are harmful programs designed to infect legitimate software. Malware is the umbrella term for viruses, worms, trojans, and other harmful computer programs hackers use to wreak destruction and gain access to sensitive information. 2. Phishing. This is the practice of sending fraudulent emails that resemble emails from reputable sources. The aim is to steal sensitive data like credit card numbers and login information. 3. Ransomware. This is a type of malware that involves an attacker locking the victim's computer system files, typically through encryption, and demanding a payment to decrypt and unlock them. 4. DDoS attacks. Distributed denial of service, DDoS, attacks involve a hacker taking over many computers and directing them to overload a target with fake traffic, which ultimately crashes the server. Basic security concepts. 1. Confidentiality. This principle ensures that information is accessible only to those authorized to have access. It's one of the cornerstones of cybersecurity. Breaches of confidentiality can lead to serious legal consequences, particularly in industries like healthcare. 2. Integrity. This concept refers to maintaining the accuracy and trustworthiness of data over its entire life cycle. Data must not be altered in transit, and steps must be taken to ensure that data cannot be altered by unauthorized people. 3. Availability. This refers to ensuring that information is available when needed. A loss of availability is the disruption of access to or use of information or an information technology. The denial of service attack is a common method to disrupt availability. In conclusion, cybersecurity is an evolving field. As new technologies emerge, so do new methods of attack. This makes cybersecurity a dynamic and challenging industry, but also a critical one. Understanding the basics of cybersecurity is the first step in protecting yourself and your data. In the next modules, we will dive deeper into each of these areas and provide you with the knowledge and tools to defend against cyber threats. Welcome to the world of cybersecurity. 2. Understanding cyber threats. The evolving threat landscape. Cyber threats are not static. They evolve rapidly as attackers become more sophisticated in their methods. In the early days of the internet, threats were mostly composed of viruses and worms, primarily causing nuisance. Today, we face a plethora of threats, from stealthy spyware programs to aggressive ransomware campaigns. Types of cyber threats. 1. Malware. Short for malicious software, malware is any program introduced into a system to cause harm or steal information. Common types include viruses. These attach themselves to clean files and infect other clean files. They can spread uncontrollably, damaging a system's core functionality and deleting or corrupting files. Trojans. These disguise themselves as legitimate software. Hackers trick users into loading and executing Trojans on their systems, where they cause damage or collect data. Spyware. This malware secretly observes the computer user's activities without permission and reports it to the software's author. 2. Ransomware. This is a type of malware that encrypts a victim's files, then demands a ransom from the victim to restore access to the data upon payment. Users are shown instructions for how to pay a fee to get the decryption key. 3. Phishing. This is an attack that uses disguised email as a weapon. The goal is to trick the email recipient into believing that the message is something they want or need, a request from their bank, for instance, or a note from someone in their company, and to click a link or download an attachment. 4. Social engineering. This is a tactic that adversaries use to trick you into revealing sensitive information. They can solicit a monetary payment or gain access to your confidential data. Social engineering can be combined with any of the threats listed above to make you more likely to click on links, download malware, or trust a malicious source. 5. Distributed denial of service, DDoS, attacks. These floods the targeted machine or resource with internet traffic to overload systems and prevent some or all legitimate requests from being fulfilled. How cyber threats are delivered and spread. Cyber threats can be delivered to systems by a variety of methods. Email attachments, the classic delivery method for viruses, trojans, and other malware. Drive-by downloads. Malicious websites or advertisements can exploit browser vulnerabilities to install malware without a user's knowledge. Physical media. USB drives can be carriers for malware when plugged into different systems. Network traffic. Unsecured networks can be a conduit for spreading malware or intercepting data. Real-world examples of major cyber attacks. 1. WannaCry ransomware attack, 2017. This attack affected over 200,000 computers across 150 countries, with total damages ranging from hundreds of millions to billions of dollars. 2. Equifax data breach, 2017. Personal information, including social security numbers of 147 million people, was exposed. 3. SolarWinds hack, 2020. A sophisticated attack that led to the compromise of several U.S. government agencies and numerous corporations. Conclusion? As you can see, cyber threats can come from any number of sources, in any number of guises. They are the modern-day equivalent of piracy, a scourge upon the vast seas of digital information upon which our modern world relies. It's not just about guarding against threats, but also about understanding them, predicting them, and being prepared to respond when they occur. As we move forward, we will learn not only to recognize these threats, but also to fortify our defenses against them. 3. Personal cybersecurity practices. Personal cybersecurity practices. In our third session of Cybersecurity for Beginners, we focus on the cornerstone of digital safety, personal cybersecurity practices. These are the habits and precautions that you, as an individual, should routinely employ to ensure your personal information remains secure in an increasingly connected world. The importance of personal cybersecurity. With the advent of the internet, our lives have become more public than ever before. From social media profiles to online banking, we transmit vast quantities of personal data across the web daily. Cyber criminals are continually devising new ways to exploit vulnerabilities, making it crucial for individuals to adopt robust personal cybersecurity practices. Safe internet browsing. Safe browsing starts with awareness. Here are some tips to keep you secure. Use secure connections. Look for HTTPs / in the URL, especially when conducting transactions. This indicates a secure connection where data is encrypted. Be wary of public Wi-Fi. Public networks are often unsecured, making it easier for hackers to intercept your data. Avoid accessing sensitive information when connected to public Wi-Fi or use a VPN, virtual private network. Keep your browser updated. Regular updates often patch security vulnerabilities. Use privacy-focused browsers. Consider browsers that are designed with privacy in mind, as they often block tracking and malicious ads. Creating and managing strong passwords. Passwords are the first line of defense against unauthorized access to your accounts. The stronger your password, the more protected your data will be. Use complex passwords. A strong password is at least 12 characters long and includes numbers, symbols, and a mix of upper and lowercase letters. Avoid common passwords. Never use easily guessable passwords like password 123 or administration, unique passwords for different accounts. Reusing passwords increases the risk that a breach on one service could compromise your other accounts. Consider a password manager. A password manager can generate and store complex passwords for you, so you don't have to remember them all. Two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication, 2FA, adds an extra layer of security by requiring a second form of verification in addition to your password. Use 2FA wherever possible. Many online services offer 2FA options, such as SMS codes, email confirmations, or authentication apps. Authentication apps over SMS, opt for authentication apps over SMS if possible, as they are generally more secure. Protecting personal devices. Your personal devices are gateways to your private information. Here's how to safeguard them. Install antivirus software. A reliable antivirus software can protect your device from malware. Keep software up to date. Regularly update your operating system and applications to protect against the latest threats. Enable firewall. A firewall can prevent unauthorized access to your devices. Lock your devices. Use a strong PIN or password to lock your devices. Email security. Phishing emails are a common threat. Protect yourself by checking email sender's address. Beware of emails that look legitimate but have a slightly altered email address. Not clicking suspicious links. Hover over links to see where they lead before clicking. Not sharing sensitive information. Legitimate companies will not ask for sensitive information via email. Social media awareness. Social media can reveal a lot about you to potential cybercriminals. Adjust privacy settings. Limit what the public can see on your profiles. Be mindful of what you share. Avoid posting information that could be used to answer security questions. Conclusion: personal cybersecurity is not just a one-time effort but a continuous practice. It's about developing habits that protect your digital presence. As we move through this course, remember that the most effective defense against cyber threats is a proactive approach. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and above all, practice safe computing. 4. Securing personal devices. In the digital era, our personal devices are not just tools. They are repositories of our personal information, gatekeepers of our privacy, and enablers of our connectivity. As we continue with our Cybersecurity for Beginners course, we turn our focus to a critical aspect of cybersecurity: securing personal devices. The risks to personal devices. Personal devices, from smartphones to laptops, are at risk of a range of threats including malware, hacking, and physical theft or loss. These threats can lead to data breaches, financial loss, and identity theft. Basic device hygiene. 1. Software updates. Keep your operating system and all apps up to date. Manufacturers release updates not just for new features, but also to patch security vulnerabilities. 2. Antivirus and anti-malware. Ensure that you have a reputable antivirus and anti-malware software installed. These serve as the first line of defense against malicious software. 3. Firewalls. Activate the firewall on your device. A firewall can prevent unauthorized access to your devices while connected to the internet. 4. Secure Wi-Fi. Always connect to secure Wi-Fi networks. Public Wi-Fi can be a hotbed for cyber attacks. If you must use public Wi-Fi, do so through a virtual private network, VPN. 5. Bluetooth security. Keep your Bluetooth off when not in use and avoid using it in public spaces to prevent bluejacking or blue snarfing attacks. Data protection. 1. Encryption. Use encryption tools to protect your data, especially if you have sensitive information stored. Most modern devices come with encryption capabilities, like BitLocker for Windows or Filevo for macOS. 2. Backup. Regularly back up your data to an external hard drive or a cloud service. This ensures that you can recover your information if your device is compromised. 3. Password protect. Use strong, unique passwords for device login. Consider biometric options, such as fingerprint or facial recognition, for additional security. Physical security measures. 1. Lock your screen. Always lock your screen when stepping away, even for a moment. 2. Find My Device services. Enable Find My Device features that allow you to locate, remotely lock, or wipe your device if it's lost or stolen. 3. Secure disposal. When disposing of a device, ensure you perform a factory reset to wipe all data and, if possible, remove any storage media. Apps and software. 1. Install from trusted sources. Only download apps from reputable app stores that vet their content, like Google Play Store or Apple App Store. 2. App permissions. Be cautious of the permissions you grant to applications. Only give necessary permissions. 3. Software legitimacy. Avoid pirated software which often contains malware. Mobile devices. 1. Update regularly. Keep your mobile OS and apps updated to protect against the latest threats. 2. Secure lock screen. Use a PIN, pattern, or biometric lock on your phone. 3. Install security apps. Consider mobile-specific security apps that can detect and block malware and ransomware. Computers and laptops. 1. User account control, UAC. Use UAC to prevent unauthorized changes to your system. 2. Dedicated user accounts. Create separate user accounts for different users with appropriate access levels. 3. Secure browsing. Use secure and updated web browsers with privacy extensions to prevent tracking and data theft. Conclusion? Remember, the security of your personal devices is not just about the technology but also about the behaviors and practices you adopt. Regular vigilance and the implementation of these security measures can significantly reduce the risk to your personal data and privacy. As you integrate these practices into your daily life, you take a proactive stance in your cybersecurity, becoming a harder target for cybercriminals. Stay safe, stay secure, and keep learning. 5. Network security basics. Network security basics. As we progress through our Cybersecurity for Beginners course, it's time to shed light on the backbone of Internet safety: network security. This fifth lecture will explore the fundamental concepts and practices that help protect data during transmission and ensure secure communication across networks. Understanding network security. Network security is a broad term that encompasses the policies, procedures, and hardware and software tools designed to protect the integrity, confidentiality, and accessibility of computer networks and data. Every organization, no matter its size, relies on robust network security to safeguard against threats such as unauthorized access, data breaches, and cyber attacks. Types of network security controls. 1. Access control. Only authorized users should have access to your network. Access controls ensure that users are who they say they are and that they have the appropriate access to company data. 2. Antivirus and anti-malware software. This software is essential to protect your network from malicious software which can enter your network through email, downloads, and other entry points, with the potential to spread across all devices. 3. Firewalls. Firewalls act as a barrier between your trusted internal network and untrusted outside networks. A set of defined rules control incoming and outgoing network traffic, thereby protecting the network from unauthorized access. 4. Virtual private networks, VPN. A VPN encrypts the connection from an endpoint to a network, often over the internet. VPNs can provide a secure connection for remote workers to the company network. Principles of network security. 1. Confidentiality. Data should be accessible only to those with authorized access. Encryption is a common method of ensuring confidentiality. User IDs and passwords constitute a standard procedure. Two-factor authentication, 2FA, adds another layer of security. 2. Integrity. Data integrity means maintaining and assuring the accuracy and completeness of data. This means that data cannot be modified in an unauthorized or undetected manner. 3. Availability. Network security must ensure that the network is available to users when they need it. This includes maintaining hardware, performing necessary maintenance, and creating a disaster recovery policy to keep everything running smoothly. Implementing network security. 1. Use strong passwords. Passwords are often the first line of defense. Ensure that all routers, switches, and access points use strong passwords. 2. Secure Wi-Fi networks. If you have a Wi-Fi network for your workplace, make sure it's secure, encrypted, and hidden. To hide your Wi-Fi network, set up your wireless access point or router so it does not broadcast the network name, known as the Service Set Identifier, SID. 3. Regularly update equipment. Cybercriminals exploit weaknesses in outdated hardware and software. Regularly update all systems to protect against threats. 4. Educate employees. In a business setting, employees should be aware of the potential threats and how to avoid them. This includes safe internet practices and the proper handling of customer information, monitoring and responding to network threats. 1. Intrusion Detection Systems, IDS. These systems monitor network traffic for suspicious activity and issue alerts when such activity is discovered. 2. Intrusion Prevention Systems, IPS. These systems monitor network and/or system activities for malicious activities. The main functions of an IPS are to identify malicious activity, log information about this activity, attempt to block/stop it, and report it. 3. Security Information and Event Management, SIEM. SIEM products come in, pulling together the information that your security equipment provides to give you a complete picture of the security of your information system. Conclusion: network security is a vast field, and the basics are just the beginning. Protecting your network requires a comprehensive approach and a constant vigilance. As you learn more about the specific tools and techniques, you'll be able to create a more secure network that can stand up to the cyber threats we face today. Remember, effective network security serves as the foundation upon which all other cybersecurity practices are built. 6. Data protection and privacy. In the digital age, the concepts of data protection and privacy have become synonymous with the safeguarding of personal liberty and security. As we delve into the 6th lecture of our Cybersecurity for Beginners course, we'll explore the essential strategies to protect data from unauthorized access and ensure the privacy of individuals. The essence of data protection and privacy. Data protection is the process of safeguarding important information from corruption, compromise, or loss. Privacy involves the right of individuals and companies to determine when, how, and to what extent their personal information is shared with others. Understanding the threat landscape. The first step in data protection is understanding the threats. Data breaches can occur due to malicious attacks, such as hacking or phishing schemes, or through negligence, such as inadequate security measures or employee error. The pillars of data protection. 1. Data encryption. Encryption transforms readable data into an unreadable format that requires a key to decrypt. It is one of the most effective data protection methods and should be applied to both stored data, data at rest, and data being transmitted. Data in transit. 2. Access control. This involves managing who has the permission to access and modify data. Implementing strong access control measures is vital to ensure that only authorized individuals can interact with sensitive information. 3. Data backup and recovery. Regularly backing up data ensures that you can restore information in case of data loss or corruption. A robust recovery plan is critical to minimizing downtime and mitigating the impact of data breaches. Implementing privacy measures. 1. Privacy policies. Companies should have clear policies that explain how they collect, use, and protect customer information. Transparency is key to maintaining trust and compliance with data protection regulations. 2. Consent management. Individuals should have control over their personal data, including the right to give or withhold consent for its use. This is particularly important with the advent of regulations like GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation. 3. Data minimization. Collect only what is necessary. The less data you collect, the less you have to lose in the event of a breach. Best practices for data protection and privacy. 1. Regular audits. Conduct regular audits of your data processing and protection practices to identify potential vulnerabilities. 2. Educate stakeholders. Train employees, customers, and partners on the importance of data protection and privacy, and how to maintain it. 3. Monitor and update. Continuously monitor your data protection strategies and update them as needed to keep up with evolving threats. Privacy settings on social media and online services. 1. Review privacy settings. Regularly check and adjust your privacy settings on social media platforms to control who can see your posts and personal information. 2. Be cautious with sharing. Think twice before sharing sensitive information such as your location, contact details, or financial information online. 3. Secure accounts with strong authentication. Use strong passwords and enable two-factor authentication to protect your online accounts. Legal compliance. 1. Understanding compliance requirements. Be aware of the legal requirements related to data protection and privacy in your region, such as GDPR in Europe or CCPA in California. 2. Reporting breaches. Know the procedures for reporting data breaches, which are often mandated by law. Conclusion: data protection and privacy are not just technical issues but are deeply connected to consumer trust and legal compliance. In an age where personal information is a valuable commodity, taking proactive steps to secure data is of paramount importance. Whether you are an individual or a business, incorporating these practices into your daily routine can help ensure the privacy and security of your data in the face of ever-evolving cyber threats. 7. Cybersecurity in the workplace. In the modern workplace, cybersecurity is not just a responsibility of the IT department, it's a critical business function that involves everyone. As part of our Cybersecurity for Beginners course, this 7th article is dedicated to understanding and implementing cybersecurity in the workplace. The importance of cybersecurity in the workplace. Cybersecurity in the workplace is essential to protect sensitive data, maintain customer trust, and preserve the company's reputation. With businesses increasingly reliant on digital technology, a single breach can result in significant financial loss and legal repercussions. Assessing risks and vulnerabilities. Identifying potential risks and vulnerabilities within the company's IT infrastructure is the first step in developing a cybersecurity strategy. Regular risk assessments can help determine which assets need the most protection and what threats are most likely to target them. Developing a cybersecurity policy. A comprehensive cybersecurity policy sets the standard for how a company protects its information. It should include access control measures. Define who has access to different levels of data and how access permissions are managed. Employee training. Regular training sessions should be conducted to educate employees about common cyber threats and best practices for prevention. Incident response plan. Establish procedures for responding to cybersecurity incidents, including how to assess the damage, contain the breach, and communicate with stakeholders. Protecting against insider threats. Insider threats, whether malicious or accidental, can be just as damaging as attacks from external hackers. Implementing strict access controls, monitoring user activities, and conducting background checks can help mitigate these risks. Email security. Email is often the primary mode of communication in the workplace and a common vector for phishing attacks and malware. Filtering and scanning. Use email filtering and scanning tools to detect phishing attempts and malicious attachments. Employee awareness. Train employees to recognize suspicious emails and to avoid clicking on unknown links or downloading unverified attachments. Device and network security. With the proliferation of mobile devices and the rise of remote work, securing company devices and networks is more important than ever. Secure Wi-Fi networks. Ensure that office Wi-Fi networks are secure, encrypted, and hidden. Use of personal devices. If personal devices are used for work, they should be subject to the same security controls as company-provided equipment. Remote access. Implement secure remote access solutions like VPNs for employees who work off-site. Regular updates and patch management. Keeping software and systems updated is vital to protect against known vulnerabilities. Implement a patch management policy to ensure timely application of critical updates across all systems. Data backup and recovery. Regularly back up important data and test recovery procedures. This ensures that in the event of a cyber attack, data can be quickly restored with minimal disruption to business operations. The human factor. The most robust technology can be undermined by human error. Building a culture of cybersecurity awareness is crucial. Regular training. Conduct regular cybersecurity awareness training for all employees. Phishing simulations. Test employees with simulated phishing emails to reinforce training and gauge awareness. Cybersecurity best practices. Strong passwords. Enforce the use of strong passwords and consider implementing multi-factor authentication. Least privilege principle. Employees should only have access to the information necessary to perform their job functions. Clear guidelines. Provide clear guidelines for safe internet usage and the handling of sensitive information. Conclusion. Cybersecurity in the workplace is a shared responsibility. It requires a strategic approach, regular updates, and ongoing education of all employees. By fostering a culture that prioritizes cybersecurity, companies can significantly reduce their risk of cyber incidents and protect their most valuable assets. It's not just about having the right tools. It's about making cybersecurity part of the company's DNA. 8. Staying informed and future trends. As we reach the concluding session of our Cybersecurity for Beginners course, it is crucial to recognize that the field of cybersecurity is one of constant evolution. Staying informed about current developments and anticipating future trends is paramount for anyone looking to forge a career in this dynamic landscape or simply keep their personal information secure. The importance of staying informed. Cyber threats continuously evolve. What is secure today may be vulnerable tomorrow. Keeping abreast of the latest security research, threat intelligence, and best practices is essential for maintaining an effective defense against cyber threats. Sources for cybersecurity information. 1. Cybersecurity news websites. Websites like Krebs on Security, The Hacker News, and Dark Reading offer the latest cybersecurity news and analyses. 2. Governmental alerts. Organizations such as the U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, provide alerts and guidelines on current threats and vulnerabilities. 3. Professional forums and communities. Online forums such as the Information Security Stack Exchange are valuable for advice and knowledge sharing. 4. Conferences and webinars. Events like DEF CON and RSA Conference present opportunities to learn from leading experts. Keeping skills up to date. Cybersecurity professionals must continually update their skills through certifications and training. Certifications such as CompTIA Security Plus, Certified Information Systems Security Professional, CISP, and Certified Ethical Hacker, CEH, are widely recognized in the industry. Emerging cybersecurity technologies. Technological innovation is key to staying ahead of cybercriminals. Some emerging technologies in cybersecurity include 1. Artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning, ML. AI and ML are being used to detect and respond to threats more quickly than humanly possible. 2. Blockchain. Known for its role in cryptocurrencies, blockchain offers a way to improve the security, privacy, and reliability of data sharing. 3. Zero Trust Architecture. A security model that requires strict identity verification for every person and device trying to access resources on a private network. Future trends in cybersecurity. 1. Rise of quantum computing. Quantum computing poses a potential threat to current encryption standards, prompting the need for quantum-resistant cryptography. 2. Internet of Things, IoT, security. With the proliferation of IoT devices, securing these devices and the networks they connect to will become increasingly important. 3. Remote workforce security. As remote work becomes more common, organizations will need to adapt their security measures to protect data outside traditional office boundaries. Adapting to regulatory changes. Cybersecurity is not only a technical challenge but also a legal one. Regulations like the GDPR and the California Consumer Privacy Act, CCPA, have reshaped data protection practices globally. Staying informed about these changes is crucial for compliance and protecting customer data. The role of cybersecurity culture. Building a culture of security within organizations is essential. It involves regular training. Employees should be trained on the latest security policies and best practices. Security advocacy. Promoting security-minded behavior, such as using strong passwords and reporting suspicious activities. Top-down leadership. Leadership must prioritize and advocate for strong cybersecurity practices. Staying proactive. The key to successful cybersecurity is proactivity, anticipating risks before they become incidents. This involves threat hunting, proactively searching networks and data sets to detect and isolate advanced threats. Vulnerability management, regularly scanning systems for vulnerabilities and addressing them promptly. Conclusion. As we look to the future of cybersecurity, it is clear that the field will continue to grow in complexity and importance. Staying informed and anticipating trends is not just beneficial, it is essential for protecting against the next generation of cyber threats.